basketball matchup. This evening, the Fighting Clan of Vineland will be taking on the Redhawks of ACIT. At this time, we ask that everyone please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. And now for the starting lineup. First of all, for the Redhawks of ACIT. Starting at guard, number 1, Desi Stroud. At guard, number 3, Jaden Lopez. At point guard, number 4, Nazir Tucker. At forward, number 12, Landry Hernandez. And at forward, number 35, Javier Davis. The Redhawks are coached by Coach Nelson. And now put your hands together for the Fighting Clan of Vineland. Head coach of the Fighting Clan is Mr. Dan Mutual, and here's the starting lineup. At power forward, the senior number 1, James Hitchens. Shooting forward, a senior number 2, DJ Clark. Shooting guard, a senior number 4, Breon Herbert. At point guard, a sophomore, number 23, Noah Sarnoff. And at center, a senior number 40, Emmanuel Morales. Ladies and gentlemen, just as a reminder that this is an NJSIAA contest as part of the Cape Atlantic League. These are high school athletes and should be respected as such. Vineland High School strives to stress sportsmanship at all times.
Good evening, Vineland High School basketball fans, and welcome back to Irv Gosman Court here for some Monday night hoops between the Fighting Clan of Vineland and ACIT. Kyle Bennett, Marcelino Ojeda on the call here tonight. And Marcelino, we're looking to see this Vineland boys basketball team get their first win of the season and kind of bounce back from an uninspiring finish to that game against Millville, where early on you thought they had a chance to come away with that one, and then it kind of just slipped through their fingers. We want to see them slow down, create more from their possessions and just be more calculated with the ball.
Right, and again, you said it best. Slipped away. It was a 6-point game at halftime, and Millville just began to run away, and we began to see the wind be taken out of this Vineland team. Today, we'd really like to see them slow that offense down, like you said, and like we've been talking about going into this matchup, and see what they have on the offensive end, kind of get the ball moving, see if we can get some guys like Manny down low getting buckets as we see ACIT win the tip.
And a great block from DJ Clark.
What a defensive stop. He's not letting anything get through there. He got up there for that one.
With a slime time slap with those neon green kicks on.
Great call, great call.
Your starters tonight for Vineland: James Hitchens Jr., DJ Clark, Breon Herbert, Noah Sarnoff gets the start, and Emmanuel DeVellis at the 5. And then for ACIT, it'll be Desi Stroud, Jaden Lopez, Nasir Tucker, Zaire Davis Roberts, and Yamdri Hernandez.
Vineland starting off again really strong on the defensive end. That's all we've really asked for from them, because when they play strong defense, it converts the offensive end of the floor. And so far, Sarnoff looks sharp at the top of the key.
Stroud to Tucker to Lopez. Lopez for 3, off the mark. Rebound ACIT.
Looks like it's going to be Vineland ball there. Driving out of bounds was number 12, Yamdri Hernandez, who just corralled the ball in but couldn't stay in bounds. And now Vineland, we get to see him for the first time on offense, and already coach looking for some plays to run.
Sarnoff with the ball, hits to James Hitchens Jr. Back to Herbert.
You know, it's really good to see Sarnoff after a pretty strong performance last week against Millville in that starting lineup. As we see here, Herbert's going to get fouled on the shot.
And I'd like to see more of that from Herbert, too. You know, in that game against Millville, he was primarily bringing the ball up the court and using his speed, but it was almost like he was going too fast at times. If we can see him kind of drive the lane a little bit, create both inside and outside, that's going to help this Vineland team be more versatile.
Right, and like you said, they have a lot of speed as he hits his first free throw. They have a lot of speed, but we saw Millville take advantage of that and almost baiting them into charge calls down low. I'd like to see a little more disciplined drives and a lot more passing, because we saw a lot of 2-on-1 possessions as Herbert since the second one on centers with Herbert and Manny DeVellis.
Nasir Tucker brings it up the court for ACIT. Finds Lopez. And it's a turnover there. Herbert making his way up the court. Driving. Misses the shot off the mark. DJ Clark with the rebound and put back. Great finish there from DJ Clark. Good awareness to stay on the ball. It's 4-0 in favor of the Fighting Clan.
Yeah, and like you said, just like that, this offense really rolling. Herbert once again driving and getting that look, and DJ Clark right there to pick up his dirty laundry and finish
Turnover again for ACIT. Sarnoff comes up with the rock. Herbert for 3. Off the mark. Sarnoff rebound inside to Manny. And we get a travel call. It's going ACIT's way.
But great pass from Sarnoff. He looked like he was going to dribble and just kicked it right down low to Manny, who had the look but just didn't put the ball on the ground and took a step.
So Tucker bringing the ball up the court for ACIT.
Much more milder environment compared to the one we saw last week with the crosstown rivals in town, but hopefully Vineland can just keep their head in this game and create their own momentum on the offensive end and defensive.
And Lopez driving, kicks it back out to Tucker.
Again, we see Sarnoff right there to meet him and cut it off. Herbert there as well. Great communication on the defensive end.
Lopez swings it inside to the big man, and Zaire Davis Roberts puts it away to put ACIT on the board for the first time in this one.
And again, something we saw that we also experienced last week with Merrill at the center spot for Millville is when they get those passes inside, it's almost hard to stop those centers. We see Manny try and get back as much as possible, but we don't want to see him foul. We saw him get into foul trouble last week, and that kind of took Vineland out of the game, and him as well moving forward. I want to see much more discipline. You can't get him. Try and take your 2 and get back on the offensive end and try and get a bucket back for your guys.
Same 5 out of the timeout here for Vineland.
Excited to see what they do with Hitchens on the offensive end. Again, last week we saw him almost every time, virtually every time he touched the ball, scoring early in the game. I want to see how they utilize him here in this game against the Redhawks.
Herbert bringing this one up for Vineland. Kicks it to Hitchens. Hitchens driving, kicks it back out to Sarnoff for 3. Off the mark. Manny with the rebound, put back, and a finish from Emmanuel DeVellis.
That is what you like to see from your big man, fighting for the boards there, getting that offensive rebound, putting it back up for 2, and giving Vaughn a 4-point lead early with 5 minutes to go.
Manny getting a little chippy there with Jaden Lopez. We'll see if that's something to keep an eye on. Lopez for a deep 3. And it bounces off the rim, but the putback is there from Yamdri Hernandez.
Yeah, and you see this Hawks lineup. 2 big guys down low with Hernandez there. And we see our guy number, I believe it's 35, Zaire Davis Roberts. Very strong down low, but man, he's fighting right back.
That one just rimmed out for James Hitchens Jr. Manny tried to put it back, but just missed. Might have been a bit of some contact in there, but didn't get called.
I like to see
letting him play. And off the mark from Desi Stroud. Vineland coming up with the rebound there. Sarnoff gets tipped. Good effort there from Sarnoff, but Desi Stroud there to make the stop.
And a great block. Once again, DJ strong on the defensive end. He hasn't gotten much going offensively, as you can see. Redhawks looking for a foul there. On the ref side, it's pretty clean. And DJ gets another block early in this game.
Did go off of DJ, so it will stay with ACIT. Tucker to inbound. Goes all the way back.
Didn't look like he made much of an effort to catch that either. He kind of gave himself some room to run up and get the offense going.
Jaden Lopez inside to Hernandez and puts it away. We have a tie ball game, 6-6 with just over 4 minutes and now under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Redhawks took advantage of a sleeping Fighting Clan on defense. They're playing that zone with 2 guys down. They didn't even see it coming.
Herbert just misses the shot there, gets his own rebound. ACIT comes up with it.
Smart play from Sarnoff, not being too aggressive and getting beat there, playing strong defense.
Off the mark 3, good defense there from Noah Sarnoff.
3-on-1.
Hitchens. And 1.
Looks like he might have missed a shot there. He might be going for 2. See our first substitution of the game.
Checking in for ACIT is Jamil Quintana. And misses the free throw there. But Vineland does regain the lead. It's 8-6. Lopez swings it inside, and a finish there
pass on the interior
from Zaire Davis Roberts.
Vineland's really struggling to keep that 3-2 zone intact when they're making zipped passes like that down low. Center's getting right between the 2 men in the interior, and they're getting beat every time there.
And Nasir Tucker flew in there like he was Spider-Man.
It's going to be a timeout for Vineland there.
3:12 remaining in this opening quarter. Vineland and ACIT all tied up at 8.
You know, for this game being tied as it is, Vineland's looked much better offensively in this game compared to last week. But again, we saw that early. It's just about keeping it up late in this game. Again, we don't see Manny getting in much foul trouble. We're going to see him more in this game. But it's going to be hard to come up against that Redhawks 2-man towers. Even with number 2 coming in, Jamil Quintana, they just have some big guys down there. And Vineland trying to counteract with that 3-guard set. See DJ inbounding here to Herbert.
Herbert bounce pass to Hitchens, kicks it back out to Herbert.
Yeah, that's a travel. I would have liked to have seen him take that three there. He kind of hesitated a little. It didn't look like he made his decision on time there and just took too many steps before he decided.
Back inside. That seems to be ACIT's game plan early here is, find the lane to kick it inside to their big man, Zaire Davis Roberts. So Vineland's going to have to be a little bit more crafty on the interior, kind of close up those lanes and, defend the pass a little bit more.
Yeah, and then again, you saw a screen on Sarnoff there. They're trying to get Herbert and Sarnoff caught up in screens to move that zone rotation around and almost like throw in between a cover two. It's almost like two safeties down low. And that pass is getting in there every time. Vineland lucky that they didn't capitalize on that open look.
Kyle Ruiz in the game now for Vineland as their first substitution. Herbert trying to make something happen, loses the ball, and it's staying with Vineland.
Yeah, he's lucky he didn't get called in that travel there. Might have gotten a hand in it there from Roberts, but again, Vineland more on the offensive end, kind of getting their game plan going. You can see early that Herbert's the guy they're trying to go to.
Hitchens, splash.
Great shot from Hitchens. That's the shot you want to see him take, especially with that little elbow jumper. I'd like to see him take some more of those later on in this game. Great communication on the defensive end. Even Russo getting in on it.
Inside.
But another
finish for Zaire Davis Roberts.
I'd like to see how Vineland game plans to stop that down low because that's been the game plan on the last 4 possessions. They've capitalized on 3 of 4.
Herbert's shot blocked.
Good shooting foul call. Looked like he got more hand than anything else.
As Herbert will go to the line.
Again, I'd like to see Vineland get some more of these opportunities at the free throw line and capitalize. Last week we didn't see them get there as much as the second half as we did in the first.
Herbert misses the first. Kyle Ruiz checks out. Ramir Scott checks in.
I think he's that dark horse in this offense. Last week he didn't have too good of a game, but I think his athleticism as Herbert misses there is going to turn it around for this offense.
DJ Clark had a rebound there, but lost control of it, so ACIT had it going the other way, but now Vineland gets it back. So Vineland catches a break there after the 2 missed free throws.
Yeah, smart play by Sarnoff, not rushing anything, letting the ball go out, and letting them run that offense that they like to, walking up the court, and letting Russo call some plays.
Herbert a bit more calculated to start this game, bringing the ball up the court, which is a welcome surprise. You didn't know how he was going to come out in this one, if he was going to continue, trying to use his speed, which is an asset for him. But he's been a bit more calculated as Hitchens tries to drive, but the shot's blocked.
And again, I think now that we see Herbert as we see a block, rebounded by ACIT going back, and Hitchens tries to save it but steps out on that end line.
I like what I'm seeing from Herbert, though, as, just a leader on the court. He's being more calculated, kind of slowing things down, surveying what's in front of him. I think he's due for a big game tonight, and I think it'll just continue as this one progresses. As we're under a minute to go here in the first quarter, all tied up at 10. Lopez kicks it inside, and a finish once again from number 35, Zaire Davis Roberts.
Yeah, Vineland hasn't had much of an answer from him yet. I'd like to see, after getting out of this first quarter, how they come out and see how they just kind of get those passes stopped. As Sarnoff takes a 3 and is fouled. It's going to be 3 for him at the charity stripe.
I like the aggressiveness there late in the quarter, so we'll see how Sarnoff fares at the free throw line. 36.5 seconds remaining here in this first frame.
And again, like we were saying, we see Herbert kind of being more calculated on the offensive end. But I think that's going to open up the game for DJ Clark later. We've seen him more on the defensive end. I like to see where his offense game comes from as Sarnoff sinks the first out of 3. Looks like Vineland's going to stick with their starters for the most part. not counting Scott here.
Sarnoff misses the second. So looking for the tie here on this last free throw attempt from Sarnoff. And 2 of 3 from the line.
Yeah, it's good for him seeing the ball go in the bucket. I like seeing him get some more shots, more opportunities there as they tie this game up with 30 seconds to go.
Nice deflection there from Sarnoff. Herbert comes up with it. He's driving, kicks it inside to DJ Clark. Just misses. Sarnoff with the rebound. And that one's missed. Recovered by ACIT as they push it up court and finish it with Jamil Quintana.
I don't think Sarnoff realized how much time was on the clock there. Kind of picked up that shot a little quick.
Herbert for a deep three and an air ball to wrap up this first quarter. ACIT leading 14-12. First quarter analysis. How are you feeling about this one compared to what we saw on Tuesday night against Millville?
So what we saw last week was, again, a strong start from Vineland. Right now they're down by 2, but again, this game is very much in their reach. Just a couple bad shots here and there. Again, get that offense moving. They've played well on the defensive end, except for trying to stop Davis Roberts, who has had a field day in the post all game. But I think we're going to see Russo make some adjustments towards that. And I kind of want to see DJ Clark get some more shots on the offensive end. I see Herbert being more calculated, and I see him creating shots. Now that he's driving more, I'd like to see him kick out a little bit, hit some open guys. I think we'll see Sarnoff score a little more, and we'll see more from Hitchens moving forward as we get ready for the second quarter.
I think Vineland fared well in the Manny DeVellis less minutes as well.
Yeah, again, we see Manny's a very strong force down low, but I think they kind of took away those guys from the interior, giving Herbert more of an opening to drive, as we see Scott getting some more corner looks, kind of opening up that interior, getting like a one-on-one there, giving Herbert some possible free throws as well as a couple buckets and some calls.
So out of the timeout, it is the original starting 5 for Vineland. Hitchens Jr., DJ Clark, Breon Herbert, Noah Sarnoff, and Emmanuel DeVellis.
Strong minutes from Sarnoff early. You know, we just saw that he was the starter today, different from last week, and he showed us. I can imagine what he showed coach in practice to get him in this position, but he looked sharp and playing great team ball.
Herbert just misses.
Everyone fighting for the rebound. Some guys on the floor, but it's going to go Redhawks' way. Now they're going to set up that offense. I can almost guarantee they're going to look for Davis Roberts down low.
Those are the types of opportunities, though, if you're Vineland, when Emmanuel DeVellis is in, when James Hitchens Jr. is in, if they're in the post, you got to come up with those possessions.
Yeah, offensive rebounds will
because
be big.
they end up like that as Zaire Davis Roberts continues to put on an absolute clinic in the paint for ACIT as they now have a 4-point lead.
Yeah, Manny just hasn't been the answer as Herbert takes a very rough shot and a one-on-one with Sarnoff on defense. Hitchens coming back to stop it. Hitchens gets the block, but it's rebounded by the Redhawks. And Vineland's looking like they're falling back in that hole that we saw last week against Millville. As Hitchens drives.
Gets tripped up.
Almost takes out the cameraman. And it's going to be a charge. Taking advantage of that aggressiveness like Millville did last week. You can tell Redhawks watch their tape.
I don't know if I like that call.
I didn't think he set his feet personally, but what the Stripes call is what the game goes with. Sadly, it didn't go in our direction.
And we're going to get 2 shots at the line for ACIT.
Is this a technical? Was there a technical called on the other end of the floor?
Jaden Lopez makes the first.
I didn't see anything that warranted a technical.
And Lopez misses the second. So it looks like
we see Jack Barufi check in for Herbert.
Barufi just coming off a solid performance in the JV game. Getting some varsity minutes now.
He played very great on the offensive end. And also on defense, he was locking down that backcourt of the JV ACIT Redhawks squad. Hopefully to keep that up here.
And kind of a ticky-tack call there by the ref.
Calls going mostly against Vineland so far, as they're in a 7-point hole. 6:42 left in the second quarter.
Tucker to inbound for ACIT. To Quintana, who fumbles the bag there, and it's recovered by Vineland. Hitchens, too quick there, turns it over himself, and Quintana gets redemption.
Not much you can do there if you're Jack Barufi. I like the discipline of not really fouling him, not giving them an easy and one opportunity. Just kind of letting it go.
Barufi to Sarnoff. Sarnoff. Hitchens. Splash!
Great shot from Hitchens.
That's a 3 from James Hitchens Jr. Cuts ACIT's lead down to 6.
Yeah, definitely stopping the bleeding there from this ACIT Redhawks attack.
And a missed shot there, rebound. ACIT a missed put back there, but then another redemption in the paint for the Redhawks.
Yeah, 2 opportunities once again for the Fighting Clan to get the ball back and go the other way. Just can't capitalize, and again, second
Sarnoff
chance
to
points.
Barufi for 3, off the mark.
So there's going to be a foul on Manny for pushing. Some of these calls are...
Herbert checks back in, Sarnoff checks out for the first time. DeVellis checks out for Kyle Ruiz.
Yeah, so far Vineland hasn't had too many calls go their way, as we see a 5-4 differential on the fouls here. That's going to be 23-15 with 5:30. And Vineland really looking to get a stop here with Barufi at the top of the key with Herbert.
Tucker for 3, off the mark, rebound Hitchens.
Hitchens kind of setting a tempo here. Like to see what he does with this offense.
Herbert. Back to Hitchens. Kicks it to Barufi, to Herbert, to Ruiz for 3. Bang!
Great shot from Ruiz.
Kyle Ruiz with a dagger of a 3. It's 23-19. Scoreboard says 18.
Are they calling that a long 2?
I guess so.
Great box out by Barufi.
Hitchens with a great rebound there, using his height to his advantage. And I guess they're going to mark that a long 2. It looked like a 3 from our vantage point.
Yeah, it definitely looked like he had about 6 inches away from that
if not more.
line. But
it looked like he had a whole ruler length.
Just about. I did think Hitchens should have gotten 3 there, but a 2 will have to suffice, and it's a 5-point game.
We got to bring in the Gene Sterator note card.
A review would be gorgeous right about now.
Herbert gets blocked, rebound Ruiz, and off the hands of Barufi.
Yeah, tried to get a little too fancy there, but with Herbert, for those opportunities early on, we saw him driving. This is where I want to see him kick out. You don't have to force shots anymore, and you have guys in the corner. Barufi was there open for a little bit. If he drives and gets that crash again, he might get Barufi for an open corner 3.
Good defense there by Vineland as Herbert. Barufi guarding Tucker. Tucker for 3. Off the mark.
Vineland lucky they missed that one. That was great ball movement from the Redhawks. But now it's going Vineland's way with 4 minutes to go. And Hitchens inbounding. A different approach here for the varsity squad on the defensive end. We didn't see much of a full court press from the JV squad up on varsity. It looks like they're trying to push that tempo.
Good passing right now. A little errant there.
Yeah, Barufi looked like he rushed that pass a little bit. He didn't really see the defender coming from behind Hitchens, but lived to play another possession. Hopefully Vineland gets one back.
Quick moving for the Redhawks. Tucker Quintana for three, off the mark, rebound. Herbert to Hitchens. Hitchens moving quick in transition, off the mark. Can't finish there. Herbert comes up with a steal. Inside to Hitchens, bang!
Great play from Herbert. That's a great quick first step. Loses his defender and gets an open look.
Lopez for three, off the mark.
Finally getting that on the jump ball. We're going the other way and catching a little bit of momentum, almost snowballing.
Had a pile up in there like the seagulls from Finding Nemo. Everyone was like, mine, mine, mine.
ACIT really don't know how to answer from those two turnovers there. Vineland took advantage of every opportunity they had, and that's what we like to see for it to be a three-point game. There's a lot of time left in the second quarter. Vineland possibly can mount a lead going into halftime. Hopefully carry it out to the end of this game.
3:10 remaining here until halftime. ACIT still in the lead, 23-20. Here at Irv Gosman Court, Kyle Bennett, Marcelino Ojeda here with you. Make sure during this timeout you subscribe to the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel. That's where you get every single sporting event broadcast during the 2022-2023 school year and beyond. Plus keep up to date with all the events going on here at Vineland High School on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@VLDSchoolsTV.
Looks like Barufi is going to be getting more minutes going forward, and I really like this from Russo. I think we saw a strong game from Barufi in the JV game. I think he's earned his minutes here, and I'd like to see him kind of calm down a little bit. You can tell his nerves are starting to get to him a little bit from that one pass to Hitchens. But I think he's really going to start getting some more minutes and be a reliable three-point shooter after those driving kickouts by Herbert or Hitchens.
And I think surveying the bench here, Sarnoff gets the start tonight. Tank Powell not on the bench, so don't think he was available tonight. So that helps open up a spot as Hitchens just misses. Herbert misses there. Great aggression in the paint there by DJ Clark.
Great for both Herbert and Clark. Those are the guards, but you see them fighting down low like big men and not giving any inch of ground to those big guys down low for the Redhawks, who have been kind of pulverizing this Vineland team early on. Now we're starting to set the tone, kind of impose our will down low. I like to see that from Clark and Herbert, who both got an opportunity there.
As I was saying, Tank Powell not on the bench from what I can see, as Clark makes the first. So that opened up probably Sarnoff to get the start tonight and is allowing Barufi to come off the bench for the Fighting Clan tonight.
Yeah, both guys so far proving that they belong here. They've given some strong minutes to this Vineland team and maybe get some more scoring on the board.
As number 5 checks in for ACIT as Clark sinks the second, goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. Number 5's name not on our roster, so apologies to number 5 from ACIT.
Strong defense on that interior by Ruiz, looking to keep that going moving forward and keep guys. Great defense once again. Barufi staying right there on the corner.
Quintana to Stroud to Tucker. Back to number 5 inside. Quintana comes up with it. Great defense from Vineland here. Applying pressure.
Great communication by the young guy Barufi. Staying right behind that interior so no one gets an easy look.
And Desi Stroud off the mark. DJ Clark comes up with the rebound. Finds Herbert. Herbert kicks it out to Ruiz, to Barufi from the corner. Off the mark, rebound Herbert, puts it away. Vineland retakes the lead with 1:54 remaining until halftime.
And that's a great possession as Vineland gets a turnover here by Herbert. Herbert finally driving, getting that kick out, getting an open look for Barufi, and right there to get the rebound off the miss. Great hustle from Herbert there.
Hitchens to Herbert on the inbound. Herbert finds Barufi to Hitchens. Thought about a 3, but stopped himself. Kicks it to the corner. Barufi inside. Stays with Vineland.
I like the idea of that pass. I would like to see him kind of calm the nerves a little bit, feel more comfortable in that drive and passing lane. And also guys we're seeing open like Hitchens and Barufi consistently might get some more three-point shots moving forward.
Herbert with the ball, kicks it to Ruiz, to Hitchens. Back to Herbert. DJ Clark.
Really liking the ball movement here. This is what we saw Vineland doing last week that we liked, hoping they can keep up with it.
Hitchens for three, off the mark, rebound Vineland.
Offensive rebounds have been a big factor for both teams in this game.
And it stays with Vineland. 57.8 remaining. Vineland with a 1-point lead, 24-23.
Herbert really taking a hold of this offense, clear the leader for the night as he gets another pass in the corner.
Herbert kicks it out to Barufi. Barufi to Ruiz. Back to Barufi. To Hitchens. It's going the other way.
Yeah, again, I like the ball movement, but I would kind of like to see the ball getting closer to the rim, not further. A lot of passes around the perimeter. You want to see Vineland kind of crack open that interior like we've seen the Redhawks do so many times in this game.
Tucker bringing it up for ACIT. To Stroud.
Seeing
Stroud
a
kicks it
bigger
back to
interior
Tucker.
presence now with Ruiz in the game and Clark playing right behind him.
Stroud. Barufi comes up with the turnover. And it turned back over. Desi Stroud on the recovery.
Yeah, great
drives
defense.
and puts it away. And Marcelino, you know what's funnier than 24? 25. And that's what ACIT has on the scoreboard now.
Yeah, it's tough
leading
to see.
25-24. Vineland maintains possession with 3.9 seconds until halftime.
Yeah, it's tough to see a young guy like Barufi get that steal. Kind of would like to see them bring the ball up the court, understand the game plan.
Clark to Herbert. Herbert for three. Off the mark.
Just off the front of the rim.
And that'll do it for the first half here from Irv Gosman Court at Vineland Senior High School South. ACIT leading 25-24. Kyle Bennett, Marcelino Ojeda here on the call with you. And we'll be back after halftime, taking you in, recapping this first half. And we'll get set for second half action here from Vineland High School. Stick around until then. We'll be back after halftime. And welcome back, everybody. Irv Gosman Court is the location. Kyle Bennett, Marcelino Ojeda are the two on the call. We're getting set for second half action here between ACIT and the home team, the Vineland Fighting Clan. ACIT leading 25-24 coming out of the break, and they'll start this half with possession.
Let's hope they don't catch Vineland sleeping early. I would really like to see them stop that interior offense that they had a lot early on in this game.
Lopez off the mark on the three-point attempt. Rebound ACIT. Put back Yamdri Hernandez.
If there's one thing you want to eliminate here in the second half, it is the second chance points for the Redhawks. They almost lived off of second chance points in that first half.
Hitchens off the mark. Rebound ACIT. Lopez kicks it up to Tucker, who puts it away.
Great pass and great finish. You can't give anything but props. That was a gorgeous pass. And a much harder finish right on full speed right at the rim.
For all the 90s babies out there watching, you know the Hey Arnold episode is Herbert off the mark. If you want to win, you give the ball to Tucker. As Lopez comes up with the ball there. Inside. Off the mark, Manny with the rebound. Sarnoff fighting for possession. It's going the other way.
Yeah, great rebound by Manny. Almost lucky that Roberts didn't finish that there. We'd like to see them be a little more calculated on those passes like we said early in the first half.
So Vineland will take this one. Herbert inbounds to Sarnoff, kicks it back to Herbert. Hitchens.
I like the approach early of Hitchens driving, trying to get those buckets now. We get a call on the floor here.
Not sure what that call was whatsoever.
I'm trying to get a definitive answer here, and I'm not seeing much from any of the stripes here, but
Vineland will keep the ball.
Still Vineland ball, but
Hernandez thought he got away with something there. He comes up with the ball, kind of a lazy inbound there from DJ Clark.
Didn't look like Manny was paying much attention, and ACIT comes right down and scores. And who else but
Zaire Davis Roberts. Finish there by Herbert.
Sarnoff playing strong defense, just gets beat there, and Manny jumps a little too early.
Lopez finishes.
CIT scores once again.
And a turnover. Lopez.
Vineland really trying to stay in this game as much as they did, but hopefully we don't have a repeat of last week. Close at halftime, blowout in the second half.
Lopez, nothing but net from the Irv Gosman Court logo on the side of the court for three.
Just like that, 10-point game.
Herbert going to the line.
Again, Vineland just struggling offensively. We're not seeing much happen. We saw early on the game plan was give it to Herbert, clear out, look for openings. Second half, not much of a game plan, a lot of passing, a whole lot more turnovers. Herbert misses the first out of two. Looks like checking in now. It's going to be number 30, Kyle Ruiz. DJ Clark coming out of the game, not too happy as Herbert goes for his second shot and just misses. Rebound Roberts, and it's going to be out on. Roberts there. It's going to be Vineland ball. Manny trying to let Davis know that, or Dave Roberts, that is their ball. Kyle Ruiz looking to inbound here. Vineland looking to get something going on the offensive end of the floor.
Sarnoff to Hitchens. And off the mark is James Hitchens Jr.
Absorbed a lot of contact there for the first time, but just could not finish. No call, no foul.
Lopez off the mark. Herbert comes up with the rebound.
Tell you what, he has a great looking jump shot. Once it releases from his hand, it almost looks like it goes in every time.
Goes inside to Hitchens. That one's tipped. As the bodies hit the floor.
Hitchens. A little chippy down there in that
Everybody
interior.
go to their corners. Calm down a little bit.
Like calm heads are going to prevail here. It's like some warnings are being issued, almost like baseball. So we look for a call from the referee here. Both coaches don't seem to know what's happening.
They're bringing the coaches in for a meeting here as the players sent to their benches.
Do you think this has to do with the chippiness on the interior?
I don't know what this has to do with it all.
I'm just not sure what would warrant a coaches meeting at midcourt.
We'll see if we can get some sort of explanation for everybody. So the ref just came over to explain everything. We had a double technical on Manny and on Zaire Davis Roberts, unsportsmanlike conduct. Appreciate the official coming over and explaining that to us.
Yeah, and as he also stated, it would be a jump ball situation, which goes in the Redhawks' favor of possession. Now, as they turn the ball over, it's going to be Fighting Clan ball.
Don't know exactly what happened, but that was the explanation there from the officials.
I'm sure it was more words than anything else on both guys.
That's Herbert with the ball right now. Vineland trailing 36-26. Just about halfway through this third quarter.
Again, we're seeing Vineland in yet another hole on back-to-back weeks, looking for their first.
Sarnoff finds Hitchens for a three. Off the mark, Herbert with the rebound.
It'll be a jump ball, but going in Vineland's favor there as we see Herbert becoming the do-it-all man so far in this game. Not much production from anyone else, but Herbert almost putting the team on his back here, hoping to get some kind of help.
Ruiz tries to get fancy there, but when you're down 10, you can't get fancy, guys.
Yeah, there's not much that you can do when there's diamonds stuck under a whole lot of dirt.
And an off-the-mark shot there from ACIT going in Vineland's direction now.
Not much going on for both offenses here in this second half.
Manny checks out. Ramir Scott checks in for Vineland.
I'd like to see Scott get some more touches. We've seen him check in twice so far, but not get too much time with the ball or even opportunities for shots. We've seen, once again, mostly Herbert doing that.
Vineland's got to start making something happen as Scott gets a touch there and a shot opportunity, but off the mark.
Yeah.
This is easily Vineland's sloppiest quarter of this game. They've come out kind of just lackadaisical. They really haven't had that mojo they had in that first half, and that's why they're trailing by 10, and they were trailing by 1 going into halftime.
Again, we see them come out just sloppy, lackluster, and lackadaisical, to say the least, of all the adjectives you could think of right about now Vineland is. Not much happening on either end of the floor. Again, we saw the double text, undisciplined ball. It's just not what you like to see from a team who was only down by 1. Like you said, is now down by 10.
Lopez, who's not afraid to pull up from that spot on the court.
See him take a couple Nice shots from that Irv Gosman logo.
Tucker guarded by Sarnoff.
Much quieter here in the second half, communication-wise on defense.
Floater there from ACIT is good. They extend their lead to 12. Herbert kicks it to Sarnoff, trying to put one up, misses. Clark, rebound, good. DJ Clark
Yeah,
stopping some bleeding there for the Fighting Clan as we're under 2.5 to go here in the third quarter. Vineland still trails by 10, 38-28. Lopez with the ball for ACIT. Pulls up from 3, and it rims out. Kyle Ruiz with the rebound.
Yeah, again, that last possession, it wasn't a sloppy score. It wasn't a good-looking, or for lack of better words, a sexy offensive possession, but Sarnoff with an ugly shot. DJ Clark. Herbert pulling up from half court.
DJ Clark with the rebound. Missed shot there. Gets his own rebound. Missed again. Rebound.
There's got to be a lid on the rim for Vineland. Not a single shot is going down on multiple good looks. It's getting chippy. We're taking shots from half court down by 12. This is just not what you want to see from a team who's 0-6 or 0-5, pardon me, in this season. Saw it get a little chippy there again with Hitchens. And it looked like number 12, Yamdri Hernandez. Vineland looking for anything at this point to stop this Redhawks offense.
Can't leave Lopez open like that.
There's a big
Good
block.
stop. Herbert moving in transition. 2-on-1. Stuffed by Yamdri Hernandez.
It looks like they got a call there, though.
Herbert's going to go to the line.
Another foul on Yamdri Hernandez. Can only imagine how many he has right about now. And someone we haven't seen much of is Zaire Davis-Roberts, who had a monster first half. Got the double tech with Manny.
Herbert sinks the first one.
I wonder what the coaching objective is there, if it's just a coaching standpoint.
Did get that double tech, so we'll see how long he and Manny stay out of this game as Herbert rims out the second one. So it goes 1 of 2 from the line. It's a 9-point lead for ACIT with just over a minute and counting here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and Vineland is just leaving.
Lopez, great
everyone
pass
open.
inside to Hernandez, who puts it away.
Gorgeous pass. There's not much more you can say about that possession. Vineland scrambling everywhere. Wherever the ball goes, there's 3 defenders and 3 guys open on the other side of the court.
Hitchens was just in a 2-man tango with Desi Stroud there as he puts up a shot off the rim. Going the other way. Tucker with the ball, kicks it to Stroud, who puts it away.
And the bleeding for Vineland continues for yet another week. Great passing from the Redhawks and just nothing going Vineland's way. Another block by Hernandez there.
Seems like Vineland's just kind of been asleep at the wheel in this third quarter, just trying, like, on cruise control almost. And when you're down 1 with an opportunity to really, take a lead in this game and really assert your dominance, you can't come out of halftime that way. It's just not ideal in any sport, as they call no shot.
Just, again, every possible adjective for the
Herbert
word
frustrated
lazy.
there because that shot did go in if it would have counted.
Again, Vineland just cannot buy a bucket.
And that'll do it for the third quarter as ACIT extends their lead 42-38. 29 heading into the final frame. Coach Russo not happy with that call.
I think there's a lot of factors going into his anger right about now. He's trying not to take it out on his team, who just played awful, to say the least, in this second half after only being down by 1. Just the amount of frustration on that Vineland sideline. You could cut the tension with a pair of scissors right about now.
I'm just intrigued to see how Vineland's going to respond here in this fourth quarter after playing arguably your worst quarter from what we have seen in our 2 broadcasts of the season so far. Like, they didn't look that dysfunctional and disoriented against Millville, even as Millville extended their lead throughout that game. They've just got to really, like, get their heads into this, as High School Musical once said. Get your head in the game.
Yes, very much.
And just focus. The focus seemed to just disappear in that third quarter.
Yeah.
I want to see how they respond to this adversity now. You know, the game was within reach, and now you're trailing by 13 with 8 minutes to go. You got a lot of work to do to bring this back into being a game.
Yep, yet another uphill battle, like we said. And right about now, I think Vineland has a better chance at doing a song and dance for a High School Musical movie than winning this game, just from the offense that we've seen, and still another turnover. A lot of fouls being called in this game.
They are going to keep Vineland possession on that one. Sarnoff.
Kicks out to Ruiz. Ruiz looks to his left. He's not going to pass to Herbert, give it to Sarnoff. Sarnoff's going to hand it back to Herbert, and right back to square one. Herbert.
Ruiz now with the ball to Clark. Sarnoff to Herbert for 3. Off the rim, Sarnoff with the rebound. Great awareness there, Ruiz. Now with it, trying to drive, kicks it out to Sarnoff. It's tipped, and ACIT comes up with possession.
Yeah, a lot of passing, whole lot of passing, no scoring, a lot of perimeter passing. We didn't see much going down into the interior. Vineland just struggling, like we literally have not seen so far this year. Again, like you said, they were getting beat by Millville, but it wasn't by dysfunctional ball. It was just by a team playing better, but they still played at some type of offense. They still had some type of thing going on. Tonight, it looks like they have nothing going on. You see Desi Shroud knock down his first free throw of 2. ACIT has been to the line a good amount of times as he sinks the second. And Clark's going to inbound to Hitchens, and Hitchens is just going to try to do what he can to get past half court.
Hitchens driving off his head. And you can just see the frustration on every player's face. You can't be defeated when there's still time on the clock, boys. You still have plenty of time. I know it's an uphill battle, but you still have time to come back in this game. You can't defeat yourselves. Herbert puts up a shot, missed.
Yeah, this team we saw on the last intermission we had, they were just dead on the sidelines. As the Redhawks score once again with
Yamdri Hernandez.
Vineland just has no spark going for them as Herbert gets double teamed. Had 2 guys.
Turns it over. Lopez. Another great bounce pass from him. Tucker off the mark. Hitchens with the rebound.
Looks like they're going to try and slow it down and get some type of offense going, but Herbert says, never mind. And as we see now, to be Vineland in the bonus with the Redhawks committing their 7th foul this half. Vineland will be in the bonus for the rest of this game and possibly their best chance at scoring because it's just not working on jump shots.
You would think a team in the bonus, too, is the team that's leading.
Yep, but I'm afraid it's a team that's almost down by 20 points.
Lopez kicks it out, top of the key to Tucker.
I would imagine the Redhawks are just looking to run the clock out and just pass as much as possible. The perk of high school is not having a shot clock. I'm sure the Redhawks will take full advantage of this situation. And now a 0 call as Clark hits the deck.
Hernandez
finishes. They switch to a man. And it did not go in favor of the Fighting Clan. Hitchens looking to get some type of offense going, air balls. Again, as the Redhawks bring the ball up the court, Hitchens looking to stop the bleeding. Yamdri Diaz loses the ball. It's going to go back out to Desi Shroud, but it's going to be a foul on the Hawks. Still looking to see what the call is for the refs here.
If this score stands, you know, we still have over 5 minutes to go, but ACIT up by 19. They're going to improve to 7-2 on the season. Vineland still looking for that first win of the 2022-2023 season if this score holds.
Yeah, and from the looks of it, it will most likely hold unless Vineland just finds a way to really get a spark going, really get just something going. But just even watching them come off the bench, they look defeated, feel defeated. You're not going to do much with that mindset. So it's going to be Vineland ball here with 5:14 to go. Vineland in the bonus, hopefully get some buckets late in this game, get some fouls, and chop away at this lead.
Olufemi Sode checks in, number 45 for the Fighting Clan for the first time in this contest. The other members of Vineland's squad on the floor, Breon Herbert, Kyle Ruiz. Herbert puts up a shot, just misses. DJ Clark with the rebound, puts it back. And it's 48-31 ACIT. James Hitchens Jr. also out on the court for Vineland.
Yeah, and again, we've seen DJ very strong on the boards today. We really haven't seen him touch the ball, running the offense whatsoever. It's been mostly second chance points. He's been great on the glass. We'd like to see that moving forward if this team's going to mount a comeback.
Good defense there.
Herbert saying, not in my house. And just like that, Vineland gets another offensive possession. 4:30 left, there's still a chance.
Trailing by 17. This is where you got to just make calculated, smart decisions on your shot selections. You can't force shots. You can't just put up the first shot. You got to find the correct shot. As Hitchens has the ball here for Vineland, kicks it to Herbert.
Again, you like to be calculated, but you also don't want to waste too much time as Hitchens throws up a very lackluster layup. It's going to be Vineland Fighting Clan ball. We'd like to see the calculated offense. We would like to see the ball moving. We'd also like to see some shots go in. The clock is running second by second, and time is slowly dwindling for this Fighting Clan team looking to mount a comeback.
Sode to inbound. Hitchens uses that height to his advantage and puts that one away.
Yeah, that's a great catch from someone you can obviously tell was a wide receiver this fall. And being able to drive, absorb the contact, which is something we said we'd like to see from him, and getting the and one. Vineland looking like they're starting to get a little something going here with just 4:02 left in this fourth quarter.
Hitchens misses the free throw. Vineland puts it back. DJ Clark.
Davis Roberts looked to try and save that ball, threw it right into the open and waiting hands of DJ Clark. Once again scoring on the second chance opportunity. Vineland looking to get a spark going down here in the fourth.
As Lopez drives, and that one goes out of bounds. 3:40 remaining in regulation.
Great block there from Kyle Ruiz, playing strong so far. So far we've seen such a strong showing from Sode so far since he's checked in as well.
Davis Roberts back in the game for ACIT.
And it's going to be Vineland ball. 3:25 here, 35-48. And Redhawks smartly taking a timeout here. Vineland showing some kind of urgency there that we haven't seen all game. Or is it too late? Is the question on the evening. Once again, we'd like to thank you for joining us here at Irv Gosman Court for tonight's marquee matchup between the ACIT Redhawks and your Vineland Fighting Clan. Marcelino, Kyle Bennett on the call. And KB, what is the recipe for Vineland if they really want to mount a comeback here?
You can't beat yourselves up. Like we mentioned during that third quarter, you saw that look of defeat on the faces of these guys. You can't operate that way. You got to act like you're in the lead and assert your dominance that way and act like you're going to win this game. You know, give yourself some hope, give yourself some push, some fight, and just don't count yourselves out. There's still plenty of time to mount a comeback here. Just be smart with your shots, be smart with your passes. As Herbert finds Hitchens to Clark, out to Herbert.
He had
to
Kyle
Ruiz.
there for a second and waited.
And a turnover.
That is not the recipe that we were looking to cook there offensively. Kyle was open momentarily. They just missed him, and it looked like when the pass got to him, it was just too late. See Jaden Lopez, who once again is not scared to shoot, but DJ Clark all over him. Lucky not to get a foul call there as he goes to his right, and as you see, the Redhawks are just looking to run this clock out and improve to 7-2 on the season as Vineland could possibly be sliding to 0-6 with 2:30 to go in this fourth quarter.
Lopez, it's good. And a turnover. Desi Stroud puts it away.
Yep, KB, I'm not sure if you hear it, but I hear some fat lady singing somewhere. And it's not the tune that we would like to hear.
52-35 your score.
Vineland now in the double bonus.
And if you call right now, you'll get the triple bonus. Just pay shipping and handling. Herbert misses the first.
I don't think Jaden Lopez got the memo that it was the double bonus as he looked for the rebound.
I'll give him credit. His awareness level just got boosted in 2K.
Oh, 100%.
He was ready to roll.
Like to see the urgency still here with such a lead.
Sode gets the rebound, and it goes out of bounds. Herbert goes 0 for 2 from the stripe.
And I would like to think with 2 minutes remaining, the Redhawks will just run this clock and improve to 7-2 as Vineland goes to 0-6 with a lot of questions and not too many answers as the season dwindles.
Tugger for 3, off the mark. Rebound Herbert. Sarnoff to Sode. Sode puts it away.
Tough bucket for Sode. That'll get your bench a little energized.
Olufemi Sode with his first points of this contest.
See Vineland sticking to that man-on-man defense, unlike earlier in the game with the zone, and it is not proving to work too well as we see Desi Stroud score increasing their lead 54-37 with 1 minute remaining.
And Herbert floats through the air and puts one away there for Vineland. (54-39) is the score right now. Lopez, it's good.
A great touch off the glass. At this point, the Redhawks are doing whatever they'd like to, and Vineland sure is possibly letting it happen.
Herbert pulls up for three. It's no good. Hitchens, as I did my best snake impression there. 21.9 left on the clock. As Tucker just going to dribble this one out. And that'll about do it here from Irv Gosman Court at Vineland Senior High School South. Players meeting on the court, giving hugs and congratulations to the Redhawks, as these guys know each other very well. Your final, ACIT 56, Vineland 39. Just an unfortunate second half from this Vineland team. They once again looked like they had it going into halftime, and things just kind of deteriorated for them offensively in that second half. Vineland falls to 0-6. ACIT improves to 7-2 on the season. Got a little chippy, but that's always fun in these rivalries with, you know, schools around in the area close to one another. A lot of people knowing each other well. It's always fun. Good performances from some players. You just want to see Vineland be able to finish a complete game down the stretch here. As you know, we hit mid-January starting next week. Still looking for that first win. We'll see if Vineland can muster that up in some of these next performances that they have. But your final here, 56-39, ACIT, the victors from Irv Gosman Court. For Marcelino Ojeda, I'm Kyle Bennett. We'll see you on the next one. You'll hear from me from the pool tomorrow evening as Vineland High School hosts Absegami. Make sure you subscribe to the Vineland Public Schools YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any of the sporting events this school year. Big thanks to Doug Diola for producing the broadcast, and we will see you for the next one.